Hi everyone, Freshy here with another Lost Ark video. In this video I'm going over wipe mechanics and most important patterns for Vykas Phase 2. As with all of my other guides in the description, you can find a link for a more detailed version of the guide. Before the fight you have to assign positions for the two mechanics. For the first mechanic you need 5 people in the middle forming a cross pattern. These 5 people will be consuming 5 orbs that will spawn in those exact 5 positions. Other 3 people need to position themselves at 11, 3 and 7 o'clock, and their job is to spot. I will explain the mechanic later in the video. After that you have to take positions for the second mechanic. You need 2 people on each of the spots at 12, 3 and 7 o'clock and 2 spares. Players in the clock position will need to intercept an orb, while 2 spares will help intercept the third orb in 2 of the 3 assigned positions. First 2 players also need to write in the chat if they are going for the first or second orb. Again, I will explain the mechanic later in the video. First mechanic happens at around 120 bars. Vykas teleports to the center and sends out 3 shadow clones at 11, 3 and 7 o'clock. You will also spawn 5 orbs in the center in a cross pattern. 5 people who were assigned for these 5 positions need to consume their orb, while the 3 people in the clock positions need to check wings of the clones. There can be 3 types of wings: closed wings, 1 wing and 2 wings. When 5 people in the center pick up the orbs, above their head will be either red or a purple symbol. There are 2 options here that decide the order of the clones that have save zones. There are 3 red symbols. It means that the first save zone is on the clone with 2 wings, second save spot will always be 1 wing clone, and the last one will be a closed wing clone. You have to run to each clone and stand on top of it to avoid wipe AoE. The second option is if there are 3 purple colored symbols, which means save zones are in the reverse. First save zone is closed wing clone, then again 1 winged clone, and a third save zone is a 2 winged clone. All you need to remember is that 3 red symbols means 2 wings and 3 purple symbols means closed wings for the first save zone. Second mechanic happens at around 65 bars. Vykas goes to the center and summons 3 shadow clones at 12, 3 and 7 o'clock. Everyone needs to take their pre-assigned positions. The clones will then do 5 small AoE blasts that will either be red or black. You have to remember the order of these AoEs by color. After that, each clone sends out 5 black orbs towards the boss that needs to be intercepted. Your goal is to intercept the real black orbs before they reach the boss. One player can take 1 orb, and taking 2 orbs will insta-kill that player, but if you use a time stop on the second orb, then the same player can block 2 orbs without getting insta-killed. In the chat you need to write the order of the black orbs only. In this case the order was black, black, red, black, red, which means that players need to intercept first, second and fourth black orb, and you would need to type in chat 1, 2 and 4. Normally you would need 3 players for this, so 2 pre-assigned players and a 1 spare. But apparently gun lancers can just tank all 3 orbs without even using a time stop potion. The reason why you only need 2 spare players is because only 2 out of 3 clones will have 3 black orbs and 1 will always have 2 black orbs, which means you need those 2 spares to help on 2 positions that have 3 orbs. Or you can just be a gun lancer and take all 3 of them by yourself. These are the only 2 mechanics for Phase 2. So let me show you 5 main patterns and attacks that can happen randomly. Carousel pattern happens around 144 bars and 90 bars, but can also happen at any time randomly too. Vykas will fly into the top left side and aim lasers at each player. You need to run towards the edge of the arena and spread out while running clockwise. You don't need to use any movement abilities, just keep running and make sure you have enough room in between each player so the lasers don't overlap. Purple donut pattern happens when Vykas summons purple ring that follows 1 player. That player will also be marked with the same purple donut symbol above their head. Player being marked with the purple donut symbol runs to one side while pinging where he is running, while everyone else should run the opposite way. Once the marked player is on the edge of the arena, simply consume the purple donut that is following him and stand in the safe zone that gets created upon consuming the donut. Vykas creates 4 electric AoE shocks that will stun, paralyze and deal massive damage to anyone who gets hit. Safe zones for this are outside, inside, inside and outside in a pretty fast rotation, so make sure to use movement abilities to dodge in time. Throughout the fight, 2 players will get purple cone-shaped AoE aimed in front of them. You will want to move towards the edge of the arena and aim it outside. Vykas teleports to the middle and starts the maze pattern. Simply move around and dodge the AoE blast 3 times. In hard mode, if you get hit by any of the ability, you generate a purple cone-shaped AoE mentioned earlier, that you will quickly need to dispose outside of the arena. This covers everything important for Vykas Phase 2. It only has 2 wipe mechanics while having multiple annoying RNG normal patterns. If you're interested in a detailed written version of this guide, link will be in the description. Thank you for watching and I'll see you in the Phase 3 guide.